Alright, welcome back to another thrilling installment of building a website from scratch. So this is Tablet now for Park Place. As you can see, it doesn't look that great, but you know, shouldn't be too difficult to work with here. So number one, we gotta stretch this out. So we're gonna go to our 768 here. Hero, let's see. Yeah, these things, so their widths are set already. Stat container, yeah. So let's what's the container on this? I guess like 932 is would be the max. But let's see, I think it would be easier if I do a container for all of them that was 823 wide, and then I just transform and I move this text over, or I just have two separate containers. So let's see, what do we got to work with? One container to rule them all. Okay, let's just try this. Hero.container. Let's do width of 700. And I think we got to change. I just got to see this really quick. No, come on. There it is. Okay, so we got a stat container. Alright, so what I need to do now, hero h1, margin left, 0. Okay, so that is going to go to the edge of the container, and I need to do hero.stat container with 100%. Hero.stat container. Max width, there it is, max width 260. That's got to change. Max width of 100%. I was wondering why it wasn't changing. Okay, and then we got to do, some of these have different, I think the first and the third have different margins. So I think what I need to do is right here. I'm going to copy this because I don't feel like writing those again. So we're just going to target them all. Oops. I'm just going to target them all this way. Margin right. 123, is that really it? 123, 123, interesting. It's pretty wide, so let's just do margin right of 100. Too much, 50. $123, $123, so it's regardless of their size. Now what is my stat container? I think this is a flex container, so I'm going to find out why it's, let's see. Okay, I see, it's spaced even. I think it's spaced evenly, spaced around. So it's adding extra space that I don't want. So what I want them to do is I want them to all be, bunched in the center, and then, my margin tells it how far away it'd be. So I need to do stat container, justify content, center, and that will push. That should push them to the center. Cool. And then I just need to do, actually, hang on to you, and I want to give you a margin right of 0 because it's pushing everything over. So I don't want, so you see in the fourth box, I don't want that space to the right. So we're going to remove that so that things get centered nicer. So for some reason, so this line height is 20. This line height is 28. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's take this. So I knew that was off. That looked kind of wonky. So now, let's see. So this one's going to be height of 300. How tall are you right now? 363. Copy. So this before stat container. So let's just add it after the stat container. Height of, so in here it's technically 300. So let's just do a little bit more, like 320. Okay, and I think I need to move it down more. That should be good. Well, I do need to make this bigger, so 386. So H1, let's see. Made simple and hassle-free. Let's try 80. Is that hassle-free? I need you to, oh, excuse me, I need you to jump. Nope. There we go. Okay, that's what I want to see. So I need to bump this. I need to bump this down more. So how are you already being bumped down? Stat container. Looks like it's from the H1. So we're in a margin bottom. 200. That looks better. Let's move up our before. Yeah, that was good. -70. Okay, that looks fine. I think I'm happy with that. So now we gotta do, so this thing here, the reason I have the desktop open is because I think I want to start emulating some desktop style in here, namely this. So we're gonna try and get this over to mobile. Let's see if I can get that to work. I mean, if I can even get it to work. So I think number one, I gotta make this bigger. So there should be a height of 586. Right now they are not. Okay, so we need to go to management. 768. I want management after and before, so we're gonna do this. Height. What was it again? 586. Let's just do 600. So that's what that would look like. I think it's going to be shorter for tablet, so let's do 4 or 5. $4.50. So I'm looking at where this is going to be. Let's move this over. How are you being positioned? Okay, I think it is our container that is kind of wonky. So we need to fix our container. Looks like it's a max width issue, so max width, I don't know. So that means on my P, it looks like my margin is auto on the right. So I want this to go to the right, so I need to margin right 0. Cool, that didn't work. Margin right 0. That's because I need to make margin left auto to push it. See, margin left is 50. There we go. So I push that over. And I think I need a little more. Let's do 50. Get some extra space. So then we gotta fit this 112. Let's see. Let's just bring this up. Position relative. Z index 100 or 1000. So let's bring this on top just so we can look at it. And we gotta figure out how we want to do this. Let's fiddle. Okay. Let's take this. Let's take big number. It's going to be above P, and let's give it a huge font size of 150, 200, and instead of a top, so to reset top values, we do auto because it's top 230. I want to start doing this from the bottom now. No, oh, I can't. No, I have to do it from the top actually, because this is not its own section. So top, let's just push this down 300 instead of 230. Let's do 340, 60. Okay, that's what that looks like. And then so left, this is centered. Transform, translate X. Let's do negative 60%. Let's do 90 or 80, 90, 90, 60. So it's like this is what it looks like right now. Let's do 150. Yeah, this is just it's too awkward. This is 20. Maybe I got to bring this down. So let's make this smaller. That means we got to make this smaller. Oops. Height. That looks a little more manageable. So let's do our P before. Height of 250. Okay. And let's move this over a little bit. Let's move our left. Let's see, right negative 310. So let's do right negative 330. Yeah, just move that over a bit. And I think we can bring, let's see, because this needs to be kind of like majority in. So I think this is coming from the padding, the margin bottom here on our management H2. That's going to be after container, but before a big number. And we're going to margin bottom of, let's say 170. All right, so that's a little better. I wonder. I'm wondering if I do that thing again where I rotate the 112, because this isn't going to fit nicely here. It just doesn't look. Let's get rid of this. Transform none. I just want it to go left, or let's rotate 90 degrees. Okay, and let's do font size of 200. Okay, and left -100. Looks like I gotta go deeper. 80, 210. Okay, and I need a lower top value. Let's do 250. Let's bring down the font size 170. Top of 230. Left of 190. Okay. So that's what that would look like. I don't know if it looks stupid. I think it does. It probably looks stupid. You know, at least I got this to look like how I want, but now I gotta think. This is the hard part. It's such an awkward transition for something like this if I want it. It's like I need space to do this, but if I don't use space and I make it really small, it kind of looks dinky. Right? Like, oh, let's try this. Let's just see what it would look like. I guess if I do this, I have to. So I gotta bring this over. I gotta bring this over and shorten this. So let's try shortening this. This is gonna be 3. No. 300. Let's try that, and then I guess a top of 200. Let's see where you at. Okay. 50. That looks cool. And now our margin bottom here is going to be lower. Let's try 100. Okay. And now our H2, I want to take the line left. Okay. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere. So, let's get rid of this padding. There's that extra green. I don't know if you see it right there. That's just extra padding. Now we don't need it. Push that over a little bit, and I want to move this up, but this is in the way. So I think I gotta make this smaller then. So let's make this smaller. What do we? 15? Let's do 13. Why is this? Okay, so I gotta target the input 2. Span. Font size 13. Line height, I don't know. 19. What do we want? Okay, okay. And let's add a little margin top. Let's push this thing down. Too much. Way too much. Let's try 20. Okay, that feels a little better. We're pushing this down. And now we want to push this up. So management P. Let's just transform this. Translate Y, negative 50. I want let's do 100. Because I want it to come up more. And I think that's better. I think that's better spacing. I'm happy with this now. This feels good. I think we got something here. So we just had to make this smaller, shove this over, make this shorter, shrink this, and then here we go. So just a little maneuvering, just to try to make a smaller tablet version of that. So I think that was successful. But now we got these guys. So it's like it's hard to do these side by sides in tablet because this is like 1,000, and there's really no good way to do it without feeling cluttered in tablet and having to shrink everything. So I wonder if it is possible. This is 380. So if I just shrunk this, I mean, we could try it to see if we can get away with something. Dot swap. Dot container. Oh, here I go again. So display, flex, obviously, flex, direction, row, flex, wrap, and I want the image, I want its width to be 200. Okay. Oh, we also have to deal with this container. Max width 800. Okay, so we also got to deal with swap content. You gotta give it a width of 350. Right, auto. That's okay. For some reason this is getting stretched. I think I gotta do justify content. Space around. Okay, this is working, but what the heck, guys? Display block. Max width 100%. So let's try this. So if I took my images, so let's do a graph. If I resized it to be 200 wide, it would be 167 high. Okay, I think I got some more room. So let's make it 250. I don't want to save. If I was to resize this to 250, it would be 209 high. Okay, that's better. And now I want I'm going to target this one. So this is going to be city. So next one, city dot swap, or just city dot, or city image. I want it to be, so if this is 250, if I resize to 250, it's 137 high. Okay, and I want to align my items. Align items, center. So this will align them center in their little box. So I just want to align them in the center. It looks like they have a margin on them, so we're going to do margin 0. And that should keep them centered. Yeah, this works. So when you don't have a lot of text, you can do this. But sometimes you have text that is like, it stretches like this. That just looks a little weird. So when you have these little smaller sections, then yeah, that's cool. But I want to swap these. So I'm going to do city.container. Oh, sorry, not container. I want to do image. Well, I already have that, so I want to do content. So this is going to be order 2, and this is going to be order 1. And they swap. See? So, Flexbox, love it. So I think this is cool, but I don't like the spacing. I think it's too high up here. So on our swap, or management, I think management, we can just remove that padding. It's just easy to take it away from there. And I need to add more on here, more down here. So city, I need to add a padding bottom. There we go. So city, padding bottom 100. That's better spacing. That looks about even. That's what we want. We want to have this and this and this look about even, but I think I can actually do better. I think it has to be even. That feels better. Spacing. So that's what it's all about. Just making sure everything looks about equal and not like random. So that looks. I'm actually kind of digging what's happening now. This looks pretty good to me. So now we got these cards. And this is what it's supposed to look like, but that's going to be really hard to squeeze into a tablet version. So I think what we got to do, it's just going to be one of those things where it has 2 of them in the center and then 1 of them underneath in the center. That's what I think has to happen here. So let's get this going now. Cards. Let's go to our tablet, 768. Dot card. Dang it, I keep doing this. I keep trying to do less. Okay, dot card. Less is a form of, it's a CSS, I guess, is it a preprocessor? I think that's what it's called, where you can just nest things inside your CSS, so it's just easier to do. But I don't know how to set that up on my computer right now. I use it for work, and I just don't know how to use it for my personal projects, and I don't have the time to learn. So here we go. This is going to be 366 wide. So 366, and then I want it to be height. How tall are you guys? .572. Okay. Oops. So I want my image to be 270 high. What are you guys labeled as? Image? Card set image? Okay. Height of 270. Let's just see what this looks like. That's pretty, okay, that's pretty close. Wow, not bad. Not bad at all. So then we're gonna do card. Okay, so cards container. Display flex. Flex wrap. Justify content to center because I want them to be centered. And align items. Center. So that's what they're going to look like. And now, so I need to have them spaced out. So I think what I need to do, I actually need to make them smaller. So width, let's do 46. Height of 552. Just to give them a little bit of extra breathing room. And then our margin is going to be 10 all around. And I think we have, there's some issues with the margin bottom. Right? Let's do margin bottom of 40, 50. Push that guy down a little bit. I think I just need to move more 70. That feels a little better. It doesn't look like we have any border radius up here. And then we got this gray box that is covering half of that. So, because it covers half of this, and then this has to sit on top of it, right? Because that looks nice. However, it's going to look pretty bad with this being in the middle and this being all the way at the bottom. It's just not going to look right. So let's grab our pseudo. I'm going to do some. Let's play. Let's see what this looks like. So I'm going to add a pseudo element, and it's going to be this gray. Okay, and it's going to be 300 tall. Oops. And I want it to be positioned, centered, horizontally. So transform, translate x, -50. So left 50, transform, translate x, -50. That positions it left. That positions it centered horizontally. Top 0. Oh, and I also have to do a position relative. And there's our square, or a rectangle. So z index of -1. I want to go behind everything. So we can do that, and just have it here. Or you can get a little fancy. Let's rotate 30 degrees. Wrong way. Negative. Too much. 10. And then width of, dang it, width of 2000. Top of -100. It just looks messy. I don't like it. So let's undo. We tried. So I think I just gotta stick with it here. And what I need to do is push these guys down. So I think padding top of 100. 90. Because I want this to be equal to that, and I think I need a little more off the top. 85. Okay, this feels better, even spacing. So we still got our little square here. And, okay, then we go into partners. So I think this is where I can start, I can put this guy up here now and stop worrying about what he's doing down here. And I'm wondering if I could just do all 8 like this. So first things first, let's just get that partner's logo lettering, whatever this is. H2, logos H2. Bottom is 58, so let's reset the bottom. Auto is how you reset it, and then top of 0. So we're up there now. And let's do a font size of 100. Let's see what that looks like. Obviously, we need some more. Give it a little more juice. 200. Less juice. 170. 80. Okay. And then text transform. Lowercase. See why it's nicer to do text transforms in your CSS as opposed to your HTML? Because in mobile, I wanted it to be capitalized so it didn't look stupid. But on tablet, it doesn't need to worry about that. So we got that here. And let's do logos and padding top of 100. I guess that didn't work. It already has 100. Let's do more. 60. Why is this not? Let's just do 260, see what's happening here. Okay, so it's pushing those down, but it's not pushing partners down. So we're not going to do that. Instead of padding top, let's do margin top. There we go. So we push ourselves away from the top. So let's do like 70. It feels better. And then let's do the padding. 150. So we gotta push these down. And that's what that padding does. You see the green? So the padding is gonna push from the inside. It's gonna push these logos down so that the partners has more room underneath it. So padding top 150, push these guys down, and let's go ahead and bring these guys back and see what that looks like. Display block. Okay, we got that. And now I just want to do logos A with, let's do 20%. 25. Okay, so that's what they look like. Let's do 20. I'll go to padding 0 and 25 pixels left and right. Interesting. Okay, and I think I gotta do container. So I want them to stay. I don't want them to wrap like that. Okay, that worked. That worked. Make this bigger. Okay, I think I gotta align my items. Align items center. Oh, that's right. They got little margins on them. Okay, so that's cool. That's fine. I gotta have a margin bottom. I need to remove this padding so I have more space. Looks like there's a padding on it. I was wondering. Okay, it looks like partners overlaps them a little bit. So I guess that's okay. Let's do padding top of 100, 50. Just a little bit. I think it's too much. 70. No. 65. Okay. Let's do 17. Give them a little more space between each other for now on the tablet. So I think that's fine. And now this section here, how are we going to do this? So you got this. I think I'm just going to make it a horizontal, right? But I don't know if that'll work. So, because I want to break these guys down. I want to do my, I want to do my 2 columns. But I think this, we need to do something with this. For now, let's focus on getting these guys in their columns and just work with that for now. So it is content group dot container display flex wrap just like content space. Let's do space between. I want them to go to the edges of their container, and content group item. So I want it to be a width of 300. Let's see what that does. I love Flexbox. Okay, and we got this on the left over here. Coolly. So I'm wondering. I wonder if you just keep this, honestly. I think the containers gonna need more padding on top. Give some space there. And this button, content group A. Margin auto, right? Oh, display inline block, display block. And it is a width of 210. And I'm going to do margin top, 50. Push away from everybody. So that's just how I want to see. That's just how I want to see it. I just want to see this down the middle because we got this little point here, and then we got this. It seems like our attention's being directed here, but this actually might change. So let's see. So here's this section. I think this looks fine for a tablet. Right, let's do another padding. Okay, so if I got padding top, let's get rid of this. What's on the bottom? Nothing. Okay, padding top, 100 pixels. Left and right, what is this? 35. Let's do 50. 0 on the bottom, 50 on the left. I just want to push these in more. I felt like they're too close to the edge. And I want to do another one, 55. Let's do 55. Okay, that feels a little better. It felt like they're too close to these guys. So I just wanted to adjust for that. Now let's figure out what to do with these. So it's not long enough to do this yet, and if that's too crowded. So I wonder if I make these all, full width, like this big. So get started. So let's do steps. Let's just set this container max width of 700. 700. Okay, so we got that, and now we got our step piece. So we gotta target these guys. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that because we targeted these originally with this selector, so we have to target them again because this is a very high specificity selector. So width of 600. Okay. I think I want to make step 600. Let's make it 5. And I think that's good enough. But between these steps, I need more margin. It just feels too close. 60 instead of 40. I can live with that. I can do this. Now I think let's introduce our chevrons. Did I already export these? Facebook, YouTube, Stripes, Instagram, LinkedIn. No. Let's save this. So I'm going to target, there you go, step header. So I want to use step header. I don't want to do before. I think it already has position relative on it. So we're going to do pseudo in a background image in a pseudo element. So that's what's going to be this. Okay, and we're going to do chevron. Now, what I want to do is, so this thing is 19 high, 10 wide. So we're going to go 19 pixels high and 10 wide. And when we do background size contain, whatever this image is, it will contain itself within the borders of this. So we set the container border, which is the exact size of the image that we want. And when we set it to contain, voila, the pseudo element is basically now an image. So we're going to do, I want top 0 left of like -50. Let's just see if this worked. Wonderful. And let's do 20, bring them closer, 28, farther apart. And top, let's drop these down a little bit. Let's do 10. Too much. 4, 3. That looks about center. And if you notice, we have increasingly bigger ones. So I want to do step header. And of type to before. So I want to do the second one, the second step header type, and I want its before to be width of 15 pixels and a height of 28. And hopefully that makes it bigger. Let's see. It does not. Steps is before. I wonder why it's not working. Step header, the second type. This is the one I want, but it's not registering. Let's try. Oh, it's because it's the, I need the nth type to a step. Dumb. Alright, here we go. Let's get started. Steps. Step, nth child 2. There it is. Yeah, so I needed the second step, its step header before. So, and then this one's going to be a different top value of 0, because obviously he needs to come back a little bit. Because he's a little bigger. And then we need to go left, -20. Let's zoom this in a little bit. So I want, let's open up this window. What I like to do to line things up, I'll use another screen to line it up. So right here, I need to go -38. Too much, 35. A little too much, 32. 33. Okay, that looks good. So now these are all, these guys are on the same line. And now I gotta do third one. And you are bigger with 20. Height of 38. And there's big boy. Now let's make sure that you are the same distance away. Let's say 40. Oops, wrong one. 43. And that appears to be too much. Let's try 38. Oh, that looks just right. And to be centered, I think we need to go a little higher. 5. And that looks pretty good. There, now we got our increasing steps with our little chevrons. So that looks fine. And I'm wondering if I could stick these two side by side. How wide are you? So 314. So that's 628 when this is 768 wide. So there should be no reason why I can't do it. So it's going to be, okay, this is still get started. Yeah, reviews. At the bottom here, reviews with 100%. Display flex. Flex direction row, which is by default, I'm just putting it there by now. Justify content space between, so I want them to push against each other all the way to their edges, so they have the most space between each other. Okay, now review with 100%. So reviews, we still have a problem here. So I think we have a max width. So max width 750. Okay, that's better. And now we gotta fix that bottom value. That has taken us 775. So bottom -300. Dang it! Come on. Well, just a second. I'm getting a phone call. Okay, I'm back. So let's get back to this. This has to come back. So we are bottom -3, -4. Let's see how far away these guys have to be. Oh, the width of 550. So I want them. I want them to be wider. Just a little wider. So review. Looks like it get started review. that under here. Let's just do width of 314, so let's try 360. Oh, that not work. Width. Is there max width? I'm not seeing here. Oh, max width 314. Let's just do 100%. I'm tired of doing this. Max width. Okay. It's a little too close. Let's do 350. And a little extra space there. So we want to push this down some more, because these guys have to come up higher. So that means this padding has to go down. Right? Yeah, we're going to push this down. Padding bottom. So pushing this to at least here. So let's say let's get started. Oops. The padding bottom, let's do 2, a nice happy 240. And that means this guy has to come down behind it and in front and right there. So container before, that'll go right here. Bottom, negative 390. Okay, so that's there. Looks like we got some good, decent spacing here, except this does not feel good. I need more. Padding top. 100. That feels better, because I didn't like this space, and this space being too far off. We can actually make this better. 90. 80. What did I do? Oh, shoot, wrong one. So, okay, padding top, 80. That feels better. Okay, that's better. Also, I think we forgot something here. Oh, I forgot something here. Is the tower. Where's tower? Okay, it's definitely taking its height from city image. So I think what I gotta do is city image and city swap. I gotta go swap. So here, city image. So I think I want to do the first image. I think it's gonna be this one. No, this one. I want, okay, city image. I only want this image. Oh, swap image. No. Try to figure out a way, because I don't want tower to get it. Because city image is a higher selector. So unless this is stripes. Park place. Okay, no, I don't want stripes. I want tower. Yeah, geez, all the way up here. Okay. So I think I need something higher specificity. So let's just give it an ID. Oops. ID equals tower. So when we do, where's tower at? Swap tower. Let's just make this an ID. Okay, there we go. So we're overriding specificity here. So instead of being a class of tower, which is less specific, we added an ID of tower because we were targeting swap image, which was all images inside swap, and then include a tower. And the image selector, IMG, is more specific than a class. So what I had to do is I had to increase the specificity by adding an ID, which is one of the highest specificities you can use. So I combined that with swap, and now these styles will not be overridden by swap image. So that's what I did there. And that looks good. That looks fine. I'm happy with that there. And yeah, let's keep this image here. I like that it's zoomed in and it's kind of like fading. It looks like it's just part of the white background. So yeah, we're cool. Me and this image are cool. So now we just gotta adjust this padding at the top. It's pretty crazy. So CTA. Close this. CTA 768. Let's do 200. Not enough. 3. Now, how big is this? It's actually 1029 wide. It is fine being 100%. I think that's good. That's good spacing. But let's bring this up. The stripes. Where's my stripes? Is this my stripes? No. Where's it under? Stripes is under. Oh, it's under Get Started. Okay. So here's my stripes. Let's bring you up a bit. You don't have to be so down anymore. Okay, slowly it's coming up. Slowly. Now, how far up do we want it? So kind of pointing down at the chimney. I guess we can go back down a little bit. Like that. Okay, so Get Started stripes. Get Started 768 at the bottom. Stripes. Bottom. Negative 608. Okay, so that's going to put that there. So we're almost down. We're almost here. So this section actually needs to be taller. So let's get this ready. So we're looking at what height of 7? Well, that's including the little dip, so we gotta do this up. So height of 685. Okay, let's see how this works if I do that. This is under CTA, okay, and CTA city. We're going to do a height of 685. Does that seem a little much? I think that's a little much. So let's save this. Oh, it is Mr. Rotate Things over here wants to rotate things. Okay. Save as. Place. So we're going to do a city tab. And we're actually going to load a different image. Gosh darn it, I'm getting a call from the mother-in-law. Here we go, pausing again. Yeah, that was her mother-in-law telling me her internet's working. Appreciate the update. So, we're gonna do a different background image. Okay, CTA city. Whoops. Let's do a little reformatting. And we're gonna do city. Did I not save it? where'd it go? I guess I gotta do it again. Export. Save as. Oh, I saved it in the tutorials folder. City tab, okay. Let's see if that gets us anywhere. No. Let's try 585. Maybe this is just too big right now. Oh, I think it's happening. This is the image, and then this is the black. So I need more black. That means how do I do this? So what ended up happening was, looks like this image didn't have enough black on it. So this got pushed down, and now the we have this it's like a little black. We made the background black. This is sitting on a black background, right? So now I gotta figure out how to make this happen. I gotta add more black to this image. Wonderful. So here's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be so stupid, but I'm gonna do it. Microsoft Paint. Oak Harbor. Let's see. Park Place. Images. City tab. All right. So we got this, and I'm gonna extend it, and then I'm gonna select. Nope. There you go. Select all this, and I'm just gonna move it down. Move it over. Then we're gonna add some black. Let's get a black line here. Now fill this in. Okay. Alright, so now we got our black, and then we can just do our fade. So let's save this. And now we got our, there it is, now we got our extra space. So now I gotta do my pseudo element for there it is, the after. So instead of being top 0, oops, I didn't have it. I was pressing the arrow, wondering when I was going to see it. Okay, so top, shove this down. Okay, there it is. So now we're going to bring this up a little bit. Okay, so I want city after. Top. What is that value? 138. Okay, and then I want to bring my button. So .cta .city position relative the index 100. There we go. So we brought that on top. Now, if you need some more space up here, so we're just going to push this to H2. City H2. It's right here. Margin top 50. Let's just do 50. Push these guys down. Maybe not so much. Let's try 30. And I think we need more of a spike here. So I think this needs to be taller. So we can increase that the size of that spike. And then we need to move it back up. There it is. There it is. Okay, so we need more spike. So as I increase the height, it wants to go down more. So I just gotta keep fighting it until I get what I want. Okay, I like that. I still, is that, is it?
Hey Daddy, I'm really hungry.
All right, let's make you a sandwich.
You want to give me you want to make some orange or some different kinds of food, like flakes?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. All right, let's try it. Let's just get this wrapped up really quick. Yeah, bud?
So just seeds on it at the top. The seed on those grapes.
Margin auto. In the center. Okay, CTA image. Just a second, bud, and then I'll be all done. So it's going to be right here. Alright, so we need a width of, let's just do 85%. And then margin bottom, 100. And, obviously margin auto. Okay. Oh, dang it. Dang it. Forgot to do this guy. So what were we at, like 200? And then like negative 280. Is that how I want it? That looks fine. Okay, so city before, CTA, that's the city after. This is before. I'm gonna rip this up real quick and go make some lunch. Top, negative 198. And a height of 200. Okay, so that's set. That looks pretty close to what we got here. We can actually probably lower that margin bottom. Maybe like 70. That's a little better. Alright, so that's that. And this looks pretty good. I think we get our spacing pretty close. Might have to add some black space to this image. But for now, I'm going to do another quick cut. I'm going to go make some lunch for the little guy. Sorry again. Alright, that little break is done. So we left off here. Now we just got to figure out what to do with this footer. I don't have a tablet version of this. So honestly, I am kind of wondering what the heck to do. So I think, you know, one of the options is to just leave it, right? But then, you know, how does that look? That's just what happens when you do like two very custom designs for a footer. So what do I want to do? I don't even know where to begin with this one. Let's see. Oh, contact. So if I put this back up here and let these guys, put this over here, put these guys over here. Honestly, I think that it just has to stay the way it is. I don't see a tablet version, so I might have to consult with my designer and figure out what the heck you want me to do with this, because I can't see it. Let's just see what happens when I increase the container. Let's do 600 or 700. Okay, so we got that. Let's do 6. It's more manageable. So let's try this. Okay, so footer container. Dot container. Okay, so width, let's just do 650. Oh, max width, sorry. All right, and let's hit this P. Width of 500. Margin auto. Text align center. Margin bottom 50. And then okay, so these are set to 50%. What if I set ridiculous main link 1, 2, 3, 4 to be 25%? And they take this up. So let's try that. Footer ridiculous main link. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, with 25%. Cool. Okay. Okay, so this looks better, and if we can just get these guys, because it looks like this main link is also getting it. Maybe if I, instead of doing nth of type, I do nth child. No, that didn't do anything. Trying to find another way to target these guys. Unless I do a different selector. Nav group. So instead of doing all this craziness, we just do a nav group. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's looking better. Now we gotta get this contact over. So this. Right, 50. Oops. Footer contact. I think 90, 95, 97. That looks about right. That looks about center. Okay, that works. That's cool. And then let's do this social. Let's do with the 400. And then margin, auto, center it. I see. 100%. Okay, so this needs to be 100% of the container because this is the flex container. So if I want them to squeeze in, the social group needs to be justified content center. So that way it pushes them in the center. And then I need to target the A's and give them a margin of 0 top and bottom and like 20 left and right. And that'll push them away from each other. I think we could do a little more. Let's try 30. Space that out. Margin bottom 50. And once again, we have an orphan here. So let's do footer copy. With 600. 500. Margin, auto. Oh, that's right. Display block. Margin bottom. 60. Oh. Nope. What was giving me? Was it padding bottom on the footer? Because this, I gotta push this down. 100? No, that's not it. How did I push this down? Looks like I had a margin bottom of 58. This doesn't have a specific height. So let's do padding. Okay, that works. Let's just push it against itself, because for some reason this was pushing the footer up and we were seeing the body behind it. Oh yeah, okay, this worked. This worked. All I had to do was just screw around a little bit and just see how things looked. So yeah, there we go. This is our flex. This is our container. So these little items here, these flex items, they're 25% the width, these are 50, so these get bumped down to the next line, right? And then these are 100%, so these have their own line. That's Flexbox for you. It'd be pretty difficult to do this without it. I think I want to do more padding. So I think footer, padding top 100. That space is better, and then padding bottom. Let's do 100. I feel like that space is better, especially on tablet. I'm sure that'll change when we go to desktop. So yeah, this looks like tablet. We did it. So it wasn't so bad. I can't think. I'm just doing a little visual check, just making sure that nothing looks stupid. So now that we got that done, let's just do responsive check. 768. 768. 50%. Okay, so this is a tablet. Now let's increase it and see if we run into any issues. And yeah, quickly we do. So yeah, these befores, they got to be a lot wider. So what is this? Management. Before and after. Width of 800. That's on 550. So at 768. Width of 1500. There's that. I don't want this 112 to be moving everywhere, so what we're going to do right here, so 768 to 112, big number. We're going to do my special positioning that keeps things where it is. So we're going to change left to 50%, margin left, negative 200. I don't know. Let's see how that works. Where'd you go? Oh, 50%. Left 50%, margin left, negative 100. Negative 2. Negative 5. Negative 4. There we go. So what this is doing, when I do it on the left, this is absolutely positioned. So when we do left, it pushes it left 50%, and then margin left, we're going margin left from the center. So it pushes it 400 pixels from the center. So that's how you keep things spaced on the edges or wherever you want it and it not moving. So when I do this, you see it stays in place. That's because it is positioning itself 400 pixels from center. And if you wanted to go the other way, you just give it a positive margin. So positive margin goes right, negative margin goes left. I wish I knew this trick when I started doing web development because it is so freaking nifty. So when we get here, obviously we're running low on this guy. So let's, what is this? Yeah, 880. So let's do let's get this guy started. Let's just say 850. And you are the before. So let's give you a width of like 1000. Okay. Okay, so there's that guy. So let's move you over a bit. We're squeezing it over. You'll notice it changing a little bit. How far over do we want it? Just about halfway. So let's move you over a little more. Just about halfway. Let's bring it down. There we go. Let's do this. Margin left. -885. And top, -8. Now, I'm trying to scroll right. We got no overflow issues here. I think this might be a little tall. We do just want a sliver, so let's do 2, 3, 5. -5. I wonder if I gotta rotate you more. What's your rotate? One degree. What's -1? No? 2? 2? I think it has to be 1. So yeah, let's just leave that there. I'll take that. And then 880, let's just make this a little bigger too while we're here. So how big do we want you to grow? Let's bring it back. Let's bring it up a little bit. Okay, so management big number. Your top is going to be 240 now. Your font size is going to be 161. And your margin left is going to be -483. Okay, so that's solved. This looks fine. This is still fine. This is fine. I think at some point we just got to start. We have to close it off. This container. Let's do a max width of 750. Right. So what I want to do now, so if we do that, 850, so we're in content group. Let's just copy this. I have an idea. Just give me this. Here we go. Let's see, logos, content group. So we're going to take this, this, max width 700, or 750. I think what happened to you guys? It used to be cool. Okay, that's good. So these guys, I don't want them. I liked it when they were just halfsies. So since these are overflowing the outside, if I want to keep that same pattern going, I just do overflow hidden, and it hides the size of these guys. So it just cuts them off, and we still get that that edge there. So I think that's pretty neat. I like to keep that. And I think what we can do is does this have a negative margin top? Is that what's happening here? Or is it on the image group? Margin bottom, it's on the image group. So I want to bring these guys up more. Let's do -300 pixels. So this is pulling this section up. Let's do 3. I think that looks better, right? I like it. I think I can dig it. So that's what we're going to make this look like on these screens. And these are cool, these are cool, these are cool. Okay, everybody else is cool. So let's increase this another. Let's go to 950 and see if anything else gets weird. Okay, so this is supposed to go up to the top. Tower. Let's jump you up here. There, yeah, tower's supposed to be up there actually. So bottom 128. Actually, let's see what this looks like on iPad. Okay, that looks fine. It's just on the yeah, let's do this. So swap, we're gonna go swap with our 850. So I think that is graph right here. And we're gonna take swap tower. And it's a bottom of -128, bottom -128 pixels. So that puts that back up to there. And here I go taking a break again. I'm being summoned from downstairs, so I'm gonna do another awkward cut, and then we'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So let's try. Yeah, actually, I'm wondering if we just shove this up. Let's get this out of this query. Let's just do the tablet. Let's just shove this up here on tablet. Oh, yeah. No. Graph? Yeah, graph. There we go. Just put that back up there. So let's go back to our 950, 960, whatever. So I think once we start getting like 900, I think I can increase the size of these images. So let's do 900. Like I know it's so close to 1024, but yeah, I like to be thorough, and that's kind of like I like my site to be quality. So, see, swap image. So I want to make this width. And let's do that width of 331. Oh, let's just do width. How big are you? Width auto. That doesn't do it. 331. How big are these suckers? 442. 7. Okay, yeah. Well, we got to optimize all the images later anyway. So let's do this thing again, where if it's so this is 331. 277 height. Okay. And you. So if this width is 331 pixels, then you are going to be 182. Okay, see, it just looks better. So you never know what size screen people are going to be using. So I just like to have all my bases covered. So these look a lot better now. We're starting to get there. This can stay. I can make partners bigger. So I'll go down to logos. Font size 220. Yeah, okay, that's cool. That's cool. That worked. So this looks fine. I actually like how this kind of turned out on tablet, because I was wondering what the heck I was going to do. But yeah, going from this to this, it's it's a different jump, but I like it. I'm pretty happy with it. I always like breaking the container, is what it's called, where these things overlap other things, and that's what's also happening up here. You create this space and then you break it. It just looks more lively, especially here. We're breaking the container here. It just feels more flowy. Okay, so this is cool. This works. Everything else is cool. And honestly, I think this is it. So we're going to go to 10, like just before desktop. And when we do that, everything looks fine as is. So yeah, we've now we're 100% responsive of the tablet. So we got all possible screen sizes covered and accounted for. So the next step is going to be desktop, small. That's going to be small desktop at 1024 pixels wide, and then regular desktop at 1300 pixels wide. Not a lot of people know to use the 1024 pixels. I mean, that's where those are going to be your iPad Pros, your small 13-inch MacBooks or laptops. Those are all 1024 pixels wide, so you want to make sure you target that breakpoint. And then your standard desktop is going to be 1300. And then if your design calls for it to be bigger, then 2000, 2500, however many pixels you need to finish your design. But so that's what we're going to hit up after this. But yeah, I am so happy with how this turned out. I thought it was just going to be stupid and it was going to be an eyesore, but it became less stupid and less of an eyesore. And now it's an eye happy. So here we go. On to desktop for this Park Place properties.